Hi everyone, welcome back to I Dream of Indie. Ole Gamer Joe is here with you today for another review. We're looking at RITE, which comes from developer and publisher Pond Games. July 6, 2020 will be the release date on Steam. It is an action platforming adventure game. RITE does not feature any kind of storyline whatsoever. It cuts right to the chase and has 160 different levels for you to jump and dodge your way through. Platforming is the name of the game in RITE. You have no attacks whatsoever and no enemies that will attack you outside of blades which spin around and around trying to kill you as you try to jump through them in order to collect a variety of different items. There are 20 scattered pieces of gold across these levels that you'll need to collect if you want to go for 100% completion in each level, but mainly your objective is to collect a key and try to get to the exit unscathed. You're going to find that a lot of these gold pieces are very difficult to get to by design, so you'll have to go out of your way in order to do so, but that's part of the fun of this game, trying to collect everything and then get to the exit. But of course, if you just want to skimp out and go right for the exit, you can do that too. Controls feel very responsive in RITE actually. It's the strongest aspect of this game. I felt every jump was very accurate, and I also enjoyed all of the wall jumping. Every mistake that I made in this game really did feel like my own. How quickly you'll be able to complete the levels in RITE is totally up to the skill of the player, because there are varying challenges like I mentioned. Some rooms are much more difficult than others. You might be stuck on a room for 5 to 10 minutes, or you might blow through a room in 1 to 2 minutes. I was personally trying to collect all of the gold coins if I could, though the level of frustration that can ensue will vary depending on that level again, but for the most part I found it really fun to try and get all of the pieces before advancing forward. Overall, this gives the player a little bit of choice here. You can just enjoy the levels without having to worry about collecting everything, or you can blow right through them. I shouldn't say blow right through them really though, because there is still a good challenge even in just finding the exit. Graphically, RITE doesn't really offer up anything you haven't seen in a bunch of other indie games, but the pixel art is solid enough, and I do appreciate the fact that the worlds look a little bit different from one another, even though it kind of feels like a color swap if anything. There are some nice little wind effects depending on the level. The blades that do swing back and forth are fairly well detailed. It's an attractive enough game, but it's not going to blow you away or surprise you in any way. The soundtrack is fairly diverse, high energy for the most part. I enjoyed the melodies that it presents to the player. You'll get a good amount of variety in these songs, and the compositions are pretty long actually, so they don't feel like quick annoying loops whatsoever. I enjoyed the sound effects of the game as well, even though there's not a ton of them. There is a satisfying little whoosh to every time you make a jump in this game, and of course, predictably, every time that you collect a coin in this game, you'll get that fun little cling sound that you can expect of any other game that you would collect a coin in. So nothing really original, but the sound design's not bad, and the graphics are pretty solid too. RITE may not bring anything particularly innovative or new to the table, but its solid mechanics do make it a fine experience overall. I enjoyed carefully plotting out my jumps in hopes of not getting hit by saws, sliding down walls, and also wall jumping. It all feels really good. If you are up for the extra challenge that RITE supplies, you can try and collect all of the different coins, and there's a ton of levels to do so in, so this is a pretty good value here, a fun experience that is simple to play but hard enough to challenge you. This one doesn't rewrite the book, did you see what I did there? But overall, it's a fun game that you should check out if you enjoy a little bit of difficulty in your platformers. So will you be platforming your way through RITE? Let us know in the comments section below, and if you have enjoyed our review today, please do consider hitting the subscribe button below. There's also a ton of other ways to support us down in the description box if you so wish. However you end up supporting I Dream of Indie, we thank you so much for doing so.